Thank you for downloading another edition of the Saturday Drop-In podcast from Highland Hospital Radio. As usual, all your fun and game features coming up with Guess the Year and Beat Detective. We also hook up with the crew from Jimmy's Jangles to play an up-to-date and relevant radio game of What is the Jelly Bean? But today was World Parkinson's Day, and with that in mind, we invited Ian Stephen Morrison from Parkinson's UK local Scottish group to tell us about what the charity is doing to support people in the Highland communities who are living with Parkinson's. But first, we got him to give us a wee introduction and tell us a bit more about Parkinson's condition as well.
Parkinson's is a progressive neurological condition, and put simply, what that means is it's what happens when the cells in the brain that make dopamine start to die. There's currently no cure. There's no treatment that can slow, stop, or reverse Parkinson's. And it's a really complex condition and quite often misunderstood. For example, there are more than 40 different symptoms associated with Parkinson's. Quite often when you speak to people and you mention the condition, they'll talk about a tremor. It's only one of more than 40 possible symptoms. And what that means is that any individual who's diagnosed with Parkinson's can experience any combination of those more than 40 symptoms, which means it's hugely varied and very complex to look after. It really takes a lot of knowledge and expertise on the part of both health professionals and family, friends and carers when they're providing support and care to somebody who's living with Parkinson's.
It must mean that the treatment plans vary from person to person, and it must be almost quite time-consuming to figure out the exact pathway that works for each individual when it comes to Parkinson's then.
Absolutely, and we at Parkinson's UK talk a lot about the care and support that people get, in particular with the health service. And the key thing is that people with Parkinson's need essentially a team of experts, depending on the symptoms that they're experiencing. For some people, over and above the consultant and the Parkinson's nurse, they might need the help of a speech therapist or an occupational therapist. Poor mental health is one of the symptoms associated that can require an extra level of support. It's because it's so varied, there's a different mix of support required for every individual person.
So that leads us on to the charity that you're here representing today is Parkinson's UK. So what do Parkinson's UK aim to achieve with regards to Parkinson's and the condition that people are living with?
So broadly speaking, we're here to make sure that everybody can live well with Parkinson's as well as possible with Parkinson's. And the work of the charity is hugely varied. It's probably easier if I talk about our team in Scotland, which I'm a part of. It's sort of like a micro version of the broader UK-wide team. And the reason I say that is because we have colleagues working on different elements of support. So, for example, we have a community development team, which is involved in supporting the many support groups, providing information and support sessions for people. We have a policy and campaigns team. They work with the government, policymakers. It's amazing the number of decisions taken by government that impact on people, whether it's budgets, funding for benefits, support for carers, different rights enshrined in the law. We have a service improvement team. They work closely with NHS boards all over Scotland, making sure that the levels of support are right, that the training is there for staff to be able to support people living with Parkinson's. That's just a very, very, very brief sum up of some of the things that the team does, all put together. It's part of a collective drive to make sure that people can live as well as possible with this condition and have the support that they need.
You mentioned the community development, and I'm wondering, I mean, when we look at Scotland, even just the Highlands, it's such a vast geographical area. Communities are quite well spread out. What kind of services are there? Is it a mix of physical locations, or do you do some online work as well?
It's a complete mix. So in the Highland region, we have a network of support groups. There are groups in Inverness, Easter Ross, further north in Thurso and Wick. And I know actually Some of your listeners will be from further flung locations, for example, Fort William, the Isle of Skye, Stornoway, Orkney, Shetland, perhaps. These are in-person gatherings where people can access support together, share information, really make connections and often friends with people who are going through similar experiences and share the knowledge and tips that they've learned to cope with what they're going through. But on top of that, as you said, there is an online offering. Something we have that may be of interest to listeners is we have a monthly online remote and rural cafe, and this is exactly for people who maybe live quite far away from their nearest support group, where it's a long way to go to drive and be there in person. They meet once a month. They have speakers come along to talk about different topics, and above that we have an ongoing program of online sessions, some which are open for all, some which are focused on specific groups, for example family, friends and carers. And these sessions are all designed working with people with Parkinson's. So they really meet the need where it's at, or speak to an issue or an area of concern or interest so that people get the absolute most out of them. But there's a lot there, whether you want to attend in person or online. And probably the best way to find out about a lot of these things is if people want to follow us on Facebook. We have a dedicated page. It's Parkinson's UK in Scotland. We regularly post there about upcoming sessions and how people can get involved if they like.
It's great to have that online offering. I'm mentioning for the geographical reasons here in Scotland, but I think there's a lot of people who, to go along to an in-person session might be a bit intimidating at first, or even forevermore. But at least if they've got that online option, it's maybe not quite as, again, intimidating. They don't feel like they're having to put themselves out there. They can be a little bit more protective but still benefit from the services that are available to them.
Yeah, absolutely. We recognise that it can be daunting for somebody to go along to a support group. I would, however, encourage people to find out more about it. There's actually information on our website which is really useful about what you can expect at an in-person group. But if it's not something for you, that's absolutely fair enough, of course. And you're right. The online offering means you can be there in a way where you're accessing the support but listening to it, and it's not as personal and not as perhaps challenging as it might be to walk into a room and start to meet new people. But definitely all the same, I would encourage if you're affected by Parkinson's to have a think, find out about a group close to you, and if it's nearby enough to go, to check it out, because they're really fantastic resources, great places to meet people and find that information. Although I've said Parkinson's is very varied, there are lots of commonalities, and as often as not, if you go along to one of these groups, you'll find someone who's experienced the same difficulty, and they can maybe share how they've overcome it, or tips that they've learned, or advice that they've accessed from somewhere. So very, very worthwhile things to visit if it's something you're interested in.
Yeah, I mean, you discussed mental health is probably one of the biggest impacts for somebody who's receiving a diagnosis, from going from the stage of experiencing symptoms to then that's already quite a huge hurdle to overcome, to actually then phone up the GP to make that initial consultation, to then meet a specialist, and then they get this diagnosis, which in some ways will be a relief to some people. Now they've got they've got something that they're aiming for, they're targeting, they understand it, they can reach out for resources, but they've just been given this quite heavy diagnosis, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, come to join this group, but there's so much going on at once. So having that staggered approach, having a varied approach must be really important to people who are new to their diagnosis for Parkinson's.
Absolutely. It makes complete sense if you think of it. The diagnosis of Parkinson's is life-changing, not just for you yourself, but for the people around you too. And it's very easy to understand why it could have an adverse effect on your mental health. But I think the important thing for people to know is that there is support out there in different forms, and when they're ready, when they want to access it, they can. And if it's something that would be helpful, there are people at the charity that they can talk to help understand what's on offer and maybe ease their way into it. The main thing is that we don't want anyone to face their journey with Parkinson's alone. And so there are so many different ways to find out what's going on and make the most of it if it's what they're looking for.
So what we'll do, Ian Stephen, we'll take a wee pause, and when we come back, we'll talk about how exactly people do get in touch with you, maybe a bit more detail on some of the sessions and some examples of it, and also some good news about funding for specialist nurses in the Highland area. But what we'll do is we'll take a pause. When we ask somebody to pop in and see us, whether in the studio or virtually as we are doing just now, we always say, would you like to pick a song for us? Now, the first one I've got lined up here is by Imagine Dragons. So who came up with that suggestion? Is this a team selection, or did you take your own personal choice here?
I have to confess, it's a personal choice. And the reason I chose this track is because a big part of my work is actually working directly with people with Parkinson's to tell their stories in a bid to improve understanding of the condition and the challenges that people with Parkinson's face. And one of the things that impresses me constantly about people living with this condition is their resilience, how they adapt to change, how they pick themselves up and keep going, and in many cases do amazing things, whether it's fundraising or participating in research. And so I was thinking about what tracks do I like that say resilience to me, and this was the one that came up, and that's why it's my first choice.
So here is Believer, it's Imagine Dragons. And we're back here on your Saturday drop-in on Highland Hospital Radio. Still joining us is Ian Stephen Morrison from Parkinson's UK, who's been telling us about some of the work that they do across the Highland community. Ian Stephen, I'm wondering, would you give us some examples of the work that's taken place maybe in the last 12 months or so? What's the charity been able to achieve?
I think a really good example, and it's something that's still ongoing to be fair, is the campaign we're running ahead of the Scottish Parliament election next month. We've really been on the front foot with this. So last October, working with the Parkinson's community, we produced a manifesto which sets out 9 asks, 9 steps that the next Scottish Government can take to really make life better for people living with Parkinson's in Scotland. It covers everything from specialist care, closing the information gap on Parkinson's-related dementia, support for carers, backing for research, and so forth. And we've been working so hard along with people with Parkinson's in the months that have gone by. We've been sharing people's stories to amplify why the 9 steps in the manifesto really matter. People with Parkinson's have been sending postcards to the leaders of the main political parties in Scotland. We've got just about 800 and counting of those currently on their way to the politicians. We've been meeting with MSPs, people working with the parties, really making the case, because with a change in government, with a new parliament, there's a chance to reshape the agenda here, and it's work that we're doing in an ongoing basis anyway. But this is a great opportunity, and we've really been buoyed by the extent to which people have taken with this and the reaction we've got from the Parkinson's community, and crucially, when we've actually been meeting with the politicians and the prospective MSPs.
So tell us about Parkinson's UK as a charity. So how do you go about maintaining a charity? I mean, also we can say from our perspective, but it's on a far larger scale with yourselves. So why don't you tell us about some of the activities you've been up to from fundraising?
Well, the bulk of our funding comes from individuals all over the country who raise funds in the most creative, imaginative ways you can imagine. It's one of the great joys of my job, getting to tell the stories of some of these people. And it's everything from people holding raffles and bake sales, people doing marathons, climbing mountains, jumping out of planes, walking for hundreds and hundreds of miles. Something we do, which we steer to raise funds, is we hold a walk for Parkinson's in Scotland. It's taking place in June in North Lanarkshire this year. It's a fantastic day out where we get hundreds of people along, people with Parkinson's and their friends, family and carers, and they help us raise money.
Now, you're right. We actually came along to one of the walks with Parkinson's. I think it was maybe 2 years ago. A really great example. I mean, as much as it's fantastic that somebody can jump out of a plane in support of Parkinson's, somebody can climb a mountain, the walk for Parkinson's is really quite heartwarming, because people who are living with Parkinson's, who, you know, the restriction means that they can't maybe do these extreme elements of fundraising, they can still come along and take a part in the fundraising as well. It's nicely tailored to people living with Parkinson's, and that is a much more Really, lovely and rich experience, isn't it?
Walk for Parkinson's is always a fantastic day out, and I have very fond memories of the walk in Inverness. I think 3 years ago now,
Jangles,
and the
time flies,
atmosphere
doesn't
that
it?
time flies. And one of the things that sticks in my mind is the atmosphere that you guys help generate. But it's over and above a real family atmosphere, actually, and people getting together and making a difference. And at this point in time, the walk series, we have walks all over the UK, is raising funds for our ongoing nurse appeal. That's a bid to raise 9 million over 3 years to boost the specialist workforce for Parkinson's across the UK. So it's something that's really important, people really get to grips with and really want to support. And it's great to see the turnout at the walks and other events to back that effort.
I mean, you mentioned the fundraising specifically for these specialist nurses. You've been able to achieve that this year in the Highlands, isn't that right?
That's right. We have a fantastic story in the Highlands where basically the background is that, as you mentioned earlier, the Highland region is large, famously the same size as Belgium, and population that's quite sparsely spread out and some really remote communities. And for the last nearly 30 years, the area has been covered by one Parkinson's nurse taking care of around 650 people living with Parkinson's. And last year, she's a fantastic lady called Sharon Sutherland, decided she was going to retire from her role. And because we had advance notice of that, we were able to get together and work with NHS Highland and people living with Parkinson's in the region and come to a deal where instead of one nurse replacing Sharon, we have had two nurses replace her. Parkinson's UK is funding the second new post on an initial basis for the first 2 years, after which NHS Highland will take it on. And what that means is that capacity has doubled in effect in the Highland region, meaning a better level of care and support for people living with Parkinson's. And all of that happens through the people that raise funds for us, that boost our nurse appeal, individuals, also trusts and other bodies. It's made a real difference in Highland, and it's a really great example of what you can do when you work together on something like this.
How is it that somebody who's been given a diagnosis of Parkinson's or has been living with it for some time, how do they access that service? Do they need to be referred there, or can they reach out directly?
Generally speaking, when you're diagnosed, you'll be connected with your Parkinson's nurse pretty soon after. It varies depending on where you are, the level of contact that you have with the nurse, but generally there's a regular appointment with the nurse. And one of the brilliant things about them is that nurses are generally available. And so we have lots of stories of people, where they've suddenly experienced a change maybe in their symptoms, or they feel their medication isn't working as well. The nurses quite often are available at the end of an email or a phone call and can take action to help out with that. So you're generally connected pretty soon after your diagnosis, but it becomes an ongoing thing. And we have people who've had relationship with their nurses over decades, in fact, and have really, really benefited to the extent that we're often told by people with Parkinson's that their Parkinson's nurse is the most important person in their journey. It's something that they really, really value.
It's really so important, and how wonderful it is that through people's fundraising and the efforts of people like yourself at Parkinson's, you've been able to provide this doubling of resources here across the Highlands. I wonder, people who are listening, if they want to find out more about the charity Parkinson's UK, maybe they are living with Parkinson's, maybe it's a partner, someone who lives with someone with the condition, or maybe it's someone who's interested in fundraising. Could you give us some contact details for how they can reach out to you?
Yeah, sure. So as I mentioned before, they can follow us on social media. We have a very busy Facebook page that's regularly being updated with news and information. There's also our website, which is www.parkinsons.org.uk. There's a huge amount of information there. Also a lookup tool where you enter your postcode and you can find out where your nearest support group is, physical activity opportunities in your area, that kind of thing. The third thing, which is really important, is we run a free and confidential helpline, and that's open to people with Parkinson's and people that support them too. Anyone can call that up. The number's 0808 800 0303. And the helpline is staffed with advisors who can provide information and advice about all aspects of living with Parkinson's, but specifically things like employment and benefits, your health and social care, they can provide emotional support, and crucially, they can signpost you to other sources of information within the charity and out with. And one of the really great things that they can do, and it's pertinent in the Highland region, is they can signpost you to your local Parkinson's advisor. We have a network of Parkinson's local advisors. There are 8 covering different regions in Scotland, and they can provide more direct local support to anybody that needs it. Our advisor for the Highlands and Islands is Belinda. She's absolutely lovely. I really envy anybody that gets to be supported by Belinda. And if you want to find out more about that, you can call up the helpline. There's more information on our website. But if you call up, you can be connected up to your Parkinson's local advisor, and they can offer more direct support specific to your local area.
It's phenomenal that this support is here, and it's great to know that anybody living with this, they're not alone. There is support there in a variety of ways. How much you want to get involved with it is up to yourself. Well, I wish you all the very best with ongoing fundraising. It never ends. You're always on the lookout for more. And thank you so much for taking the time out to join us on World Parkinson's Day here on the Saturday Drop-In on Highland Hospital Radio. And Stephen, we really do appreciate you giving up your time and coming and have a chat with us.
It's my pleasure, Tom. It's such a thrill for me to be on Highland Hospital Radio with you. As I mentioned before, I have great memories of you guys helping out at Walk for Parkinson's in Inverness, and thank you for giving us the time. It's been a pleasure. It's
really no problem. And if you do bring the walk back up to the Highlands, we'll more than happily turn up. Whether you invite us or not, I don't know, but we'll certainly turn up.
We'll definitely hold you to that. Don't worry, we'll be in touch.
One of the things we do is we like to play music when we're at these events. We're going to play some more music here on the station. And it's a second choice for yourself. You've asked for a really good Queen track here. What are we going to finish up with?
So I've chosen We Will Rock You by Queen. I mean, any Queen track is great, but this one has particular relevance from a Parkinson's point of view. We have a fantastic group running in Murrayshire, Parkinson's Beats. They actually were at the Walk in Inverness in 23 as well. And for anyone who doesn't know, it's a form of exercise drumming that's really, really good for you if you live with Parkinson's. And I think this is one of their standard kind of favourite tracks. I think if you listen to the percussion, you can tell why. And so for me, it's a song that speaks to a group of people with Parkinson's really embracing the challenges before them, doing something positive to live well with it, and just rocking out and having a great time. So it fills me with happy memories and speaks to a lot of positivity about Parkinson's, and that's why it's my choice.
That's a great choice. Thank you, Ian Stephen Morrison, Media and Communications Officer for Scotland for Parkinson's UK. Stephen from Parkinson's UK,
yeah, how lovely was that? And I feel like we need to kind of repeat a couple of things that happened as well with the NHS Highland Coffee Corner. Let me get that set up.
You do that, and I'll just remind everybody that Parkinson's disease is a condition in which parts of the brain become progressively damaged over many years. The 3 main symptoms of Parkinson's disease are involuntary shaking of particular parts of the body, which we call a tremor, slow movement, stiff and inflexible muscles. But as Ian Stephen was saying, there's over 40 different symptoms for it. So if anything's bothering you at all, who do you call? Your GP. Get in touch.
GP.
A person with Parkinson's disease can also experience a wide range of other physical and psychological symptoms, including depression and anxiety, balance problems, loss of sense of smell, problems sleeping, and memory problems. That depression and anxiety element, that's one of the key things that your Parkinson's nurse and the local Parkinson's team can really support with, and sort of have a sense of community and interacting with other people going through the same situation. So yeah, get in touch with Parkinson's UK. Of course, if you're ever at the earlier stages or you're just experiencing some symptoms and not sure what's going on, see your GP. If you're concerned that you may have symptoms of Parkinson's disease, your GP will ask about the problems you're experiencing and may refer you to a specialist for further tests. What else is going on in the world of the NHS Highlands for our coffee corner, Shannon?
Well, it is officially spring. Happy spring. I know, it's shocking.
Hey, at the end of the day, it's lovely.
It's absolutely banging.
We hung a washing out.
I hung a washing out yesterday.
There you go. I'll tell you more about what went wrong with that washing in a moment's time.
Okie dokie. Which means spring is just a quick reminder for everyone who needs top-ups on their vaccinations to go and get them done. So the first one is your shingles vaccinations. They can be very painful, shingles, not the vaccination, and is more common among older people. The older you are, the worse it can be. And for some, the pain caused by shingles can last for many years. The shingles vaccine helps to build up your immunity to the virus. This means if you do get shingles, your body will fight it off more easily. So if you're aged between 66 to 67, 71, 79, don't do 67 with me. I saw that. And have yet to have your shingles vaccine, please contact the service delivery centre to arrange your appointment. The number is 0800 032 0339 or nhsh.vaccinationinquiries@nhs.scots. Yeah?
Oh, am I following? Sorry.
Yeah, you're following on. That's
Simple. Workplace changes can boost employee health, prevent absence, protect productivity and promote staff well-being. Healthy Working Lives offers practical, evidence-based steps you can implement right away. You don't have to figure out alone. We're here to help. So visit healthyworkinglives.scot.
I really like how this is like an option, because there's a lot of places out there, and I think we've all experienced a bad working environment, which doesn't help your health.
I couldn't possibly comment.
Exactly. But luckily, because I'm with the NHS, the first thing they do is like, do you need to go see OcuHealth? Free access, instant access. Do you need a flu jab? Just pop over. Brilliant. And they've been absolutely wonderful with me. As I said, previously, not had the best experiences in some places, but it's lovely that this is promoted. So healthyworkinglives.scot if you want to find out more details about your how to boost your employee health whilst they are working.
The COVID-19 vaccine is being offered to those most at risk, such as people in care homes. You've put car homes.
I know,
just saying.
I'm sorry.
Care homes. Glad I spotted that one. Oh, she's editing it live in front of me. Such people in care homes, over the age of 75 and people with weakened immune systems. A vaccine refresh now can help top up your protection through the season. Find out more at, it's your friend and mine, it's nhsinform.scot, and search for COVID-19 vaccine. Yeah, again, we've maybe kind of forgotten about COVID, but it's still kicking around. It's still there.
And because, seasons coming where tourists are coming as well, make sure you are protected as much as you can.
Absolutely,
obviously.
yeah.
Wash your hands, kids.
Don't forget, folks, for more information on what's going on across the NHS Highland area, a great source is the NHS Highland Facebook page. Check out your social media for that. And, of course, as I've just mentioned, nhsinform.scot.
Tom, you said you've got some notes on what you want to talk about in the show. Well, tell me more. I'm curious. Let's tease everyone.
Yeah, let's do. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll just go. We've got Hedgehog in Garden.
Okay,
exciting. We've got Paper in Pocket.
Paper in Pocket.
And we've got Only Scott in the bar. So, as a quick insight, we were out last night.
It wasn't even out. That was out.
It was out last night.
You ended up in the co-op last night. That's how fun it was.
Is that a symbol for how good a night it was? Yeah, we were. So to explain, my wife and I went out for a nice meal and some drinks last night because our son was at a sleepover. Get this, he was at somebody's birthday party.
Yeah.
And he got taken away for the birthday party at 2:30 yesterday. He's still not home. They went go-karting at the go-karting track, right?
Yeah.
And then it was a sleepover. So the parents of this child are A, amazing, but B, also awful, because now they set the standard that we'll now need to take everybody for a sleepover and go and go-karting or something. But no. So we went out last night.
Oh, that's really nice.
We were having a look at where do you want to go for something to eat. So Laura and I, we've sort of cut back on our eating these days. We don't really like as much rich food as we...
Okay.
So we were thinking, do we want to go for an Indian meal, go for a Chinese meal in one of the restaurants?
Yeah.
Many good restaurants in Inverness City Centre.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I said, no, I just want something like maybe a steak or a burger or something like that. And I wanted
Nothing too rich, but a steak.
You know what I mean? And then we thought, well, we want to go somewhere where there's a bit of an atmosphere as well, and we went to the Highlander on Church Street.
Oh yes.
So the Highlander, live music from 6. The guy who was on, Scott McIntosh's name was, accordion singer, very, very good indeed.
Yep.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. For food, I had haggis, neeps and tatties. I just went, I know.
Lovely.
Laura had a burger. She had like a haggis burgery type thing.
Nice.
And they had the way they've got the tables set up, you're literally like the next person, you may as well just be sharing a table with them.
Yeah.
An inch apart. And we met a lovely couple from Switzerland who were on their holidays.
Nice.
Having a wee tour of Inverness. And the accordion player at a wee break goes, let's just go around the room. So, hi, where are you guys from? And it was like Canada, USA,
nice.
There was a couple of extra Switzerland.
Yeah.
What were you guys? Craigdenane.
Wait.
Hey. We were the only people from Scotland in the Highlander bar last night.
That's
and
insane.
Yeah, we've sort of realised that maybe the Highlander bar is quite touristy. Don't get me wrong, the food was fine.
Yeah.
It was Inverness City Centre prices, which was not so fine, but yeah,
That is what it is,
what it
isn't
is.
it?
Live
Yeah.
music was great. Good beer on tap. We'd previously been to the Black Isle Brewery, just on the other side.
Cheeky bib. Gotta love a cheeky bib.
Got a bit upstairs into the secret garden, the not so secret garden.
Yeah.
And had a wee drinky poo there. Then when we came out of Highlander, we went to Victorian Arcade thinking, well, we go there because they've got the
food shack
pub
bit,
there.
yeah.
And they've got like loads of different varieties of beer.
The Chouffle, whatever it's called. Pineapple beer.
Yeah.
Really nice. Bang.
Yeah. Then we decided, do you know what? Let's just get some cocktails. So we ended up in your friend of mine, Jimmy Badger's. And it was 4 cocktails each in Jimmy Badger's. We were at the bar, so we were having a good blether with the staff as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty good there, to be fair. And I think what was funny is you sent me the picture of the cocktails and I was like, you're at Jimmy Badger's. That's rocket fuel.
It was, and yes, there was, yes. And then it reached that point in the evening, about 8:30, where Laura and I we've peaked. We are out the game. We are too old for this staying out late kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we're like, right, well, we get the bus. I might have misread the bus timetable. Whatever. But we thought, what we'll do now is we'll go and get pudding. So we went to the Co-op at 8:30 at night.
Yeah.
Quite merry.
Yeah.
We're messaging my daughter Jess, who was looking after herself at home with dog, and we're saying, do you want any sweets brought in? What do you want? Some Lucozade, I think was the request.
Yeah.
And I was FaceTiming from the shop saying, hey, we're here. Yeah. So if anybody saw us last night in the Co-op at 8:30 enjoying ourselves, I apologise.
I'm sure it's not the first time that's happened.
But do you know what? You messaged me this morning saying, how's the head?
Yeah.
I feel great. I couldn't believe it, admittedly.
Obviously, drink responsibly.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
And I think you did.
Well, we could have gone a lot worse.
Yes.
6 drinks in total, Shannon. That's all right. 2 pints and 4 cocktails. That's
not bad.
That's reasonable.
That's
That is okay.
That's an appropriate night out.
It is,
sensible.
and we stopped at a sensible time, knowing that I had to come through here today.
Yes.
So yes, a good night was had by all. However, at 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up because the dog needed out and felt a bit, this doesn't feel good. But then 8 o'clock, woke up, felt great.
Yeah.
You messaged, hoping that I was going to say, I feel terrible. I'm sure, but no, I felt great.
Yeah.
And
I was only asking because someone is puppy sitting Paddy just now.
Well, yes, exactly. So your little dog Paddy, he's a bit poorly, isn't he?
Well, he's not poorly. He's just teedy, and it's getting a lot for him. Bless him.
It's a
But
bit
this
much.
is the age that it's gonna start.
How old's Paddy?
4 months.
4 months now.
4
Goodness.
months. I know.
So
He's still a little so-and-so.
So whilst Laura and I were out last night, I was explaining the problem because your betrothed is away gallivanting somewhere, driving fast cars and stuff.
Oh no, he's not even driving. He's just watching.
He's just watching people drive.
Watching people drive. Yeah.
So with him away, we didn't want to leave Paddy on his own. So Paddy's round at our house.
Yes.
He's having a play date with Minnie.
Yep. And you've already got the
So
noise alerts.
We've got the kitchen. We've got the CCTV in the house, and we get noise alerts.
Oh no, you've got CCTV.
Oh, do you want to have a live viewing of how Paddy's getting on? We could do that later, maybe. But yeah,
Okay.
I've already had the alert go off twice for loud noises. So
And I did say to Laura, I am so sorry because you're not going to hear the drop in, so she's going to have to catch up on the HHR radio app.
how fortunate that the podcast is available later and the show is a complete re-listen to it. Obviously,
But she might need to process it through a hearing aid at some point because she's going to lose her hearing. He's an excitable boy.
I'm looking forward
Minnie
to.
doesn't help.
No, Minnie's a troublemaker as well. I'm looking forward to seeing how things go when we go and collect them later on.
Fingers crossed.
So yeah, that does lead into, which we'll talk about later on, was Hedgehog and Garden, Paper in Pocket, and we've covered Only Scott in the Bar. So I've still got 2 bits of quality content still.
There you go.
you
And
know,
I've got one as well later on. So,
it's just content on this show.
exactly. And if you want to get involved, you're not alone. If you're
please.
listening on the HHR radio app, you can message us. If you're listening online, you can message us. You can email studio@hhr.scot, or we have the WhatsApp. So it's
The WhatsApp?
01463 704 500 on WhatsApp, or take out the first O.
Yeah,
sometimes.
we're still discussing
That's
that.
the thing.
But here's the thing: if you go to Facebook and you'll see our post telling you what's coming on today's show, there's a little button you can click, and that takes you straight onto the WhatsApp.
It does.
Come straight through to us.
It
It'd be
does.
lovely to hear from you.
Aw, wasn't that nice?
That's so
nice and chill.
After starting the show with some metal,
Yeah, and a bit of ska. Yeah.
we've got some Acrobilk
I know.
playing.
This is very nice. This is your first clue of Guess the Year. Although released October the year before, this song was #1 on the Billboard Top 100 charts of this year.
But what was that year, Shannon?
I don't know. Do you know the year? Have you got something already in your head, or?
Well, I'll own up. I was in the studio yesterday doing some admin and maintenance and clearly breaking the desk.
Yes.
So I have seen The Year. I have.
Absolutely cheap.
It's not cheating. If something appears on the screen in front of you, it's very hard. But then I could learn. I could maybe, assist and learn what was going on in Inverness City by telling the listeners about what was going on in the world of television. Would that be okay?
Go for it.
Well, the BBC broadcast Steptoe & Son for the first time. A father and son, a rag and bone business in 26A Oil Drum Lane, a fictional street in Shepherd's Bush in London. The first live transatlantic television transmission via the Telstar communications satellite and Goonhilly Satellite Earth Station is received in the UK and broadcast by the BBC. I'm pretty sure I've seen that, or like a recording of it, because tape recorders were kind of new at the time. Anyway,
I love how the station's called Goonhilly.
Goonhilly.
What a strange name.
An error at the ground station causes the initial images to be of poor quality. A full public broadcast is made on the 23rd of July in our mystery year. And in the world of television, the first episode of influential satire show That Was the Week That Was, hosted by David Frost. It broke ground in comedy by lampooning political figures. At the time, that was unthinkable to be done, but...
Is this a bit like the news one that's currently on? You know, the one that's been going on for ages. Have I Got News for You?
Have I Got News for You? It probably is a forerunner to that.
Yeah.
I want to say that there were some Monty Python stars in this, and I think the two Ronnies appeared in That Was the Week That Was as well. So it was like a forerunner for quite a lot of things. It was very groundbreaking indeed, that programme.
Very nice. Right, we'll move on to people born in this year, and there are quite a few, shall I say. We'll start on the 23rd of March. Steve Redgrave, who is one of the English rowers. We've got Brian Moore, who is a English rugby union player. 2nd of September, whether you want to celebrate it or not, Keir Starmer. In October, you have Mickey Flanagan, obviously the comedian, London-based comedian. And on the 31st of September is Heather McCartney, obviously born Heather C. She is Paul McCartney's adopted daughter, who did the Abbey Road studio documentary on Amazon Prime.
Oh, right.
Really good. You should go watch it. It's very, very
good.
Very good.
In the world of sport, Tottenham Hotspur retain the FA Cup with a 3-1 win over Burnley at Wembley Stadium with goals from Jimmy Greaves, Bobby Smith and captain Danny Blanchflower. Rangers defeated St Mirren to win the 77th staging of the Scottish Cup. Played at Troon Golf Club from the 11th to the 13th of July in this mystery year, Arnold Palmer won his second consecutive Open, finishing 6 strokes ahead of runner-up Kel Nagle. Scottish golfer Eric Brown led the qualifiers. Scotland sent a competitive team to Perth for this year's Commonwealth Games. Oh, it's a Commonwealth Games year.
It's a multiple of 4.
But which multiple of 4 is it? This is obviously Perth in Australia, yeah?
It is, yes. Sorry, not Perth in Scotland.
I don't think Perth's ever hosted the Commonwealth Games.
Could you imagine?
Oh, it'd be epic. Securing 6th place overall with 14 medals. We've got 4 golds, 7 silvers and 3 bronzes. But if I was going to the cinema, Shannon, what was I going to see? What was going to be, at least, I don't know, give me a top 5 of what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, there was a plethora of films coming out at this point. A plethora. I love that. At number 5, you have The Music Man. Travelling con artist Harold Hill targets his naive residents of a small town in 1910s Iowa by posing as a boys band leader to raise money for He Can Skip Town. At number 4, you have Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. A former vaudeville child star torments her paraplegic sister, who eclipses her as a movie star in the decaying Hollywood mansion whilst desperately clinging to hopes of a comeback. At number 3, you have In Search of the Castaways. In 19th century England, young Mary Grant and her brother Robert embark on a dangerous quest to find their missing father, a sea captain who vanished somewhere among the Chilean coast. At number 2, you have The Longest Day, the events of D-Day told on a grand scale from both the Allied and the German points of view. And then at number 1 of this year, you have Lawrence of Arabia, the story of T.E. Lawrence, the English officer who successfully united and led the diverse, often warring Arab tribe during World War I in order to fight the Turks.
Some epic films. The Longest Day is sensational.
Is it?
Oh, well, I'm biased. I love watching a really good World War II film. There's some really good ones out there, and I'm sure there's like a movie channel that just shows them back to back. It's like one of these Pluto TV channels. It's just,
it's a bit like Hallmark Christmas.
Yeah, it's like Dam Busters immediately followed by
Busters.
No, it's not. It's not. Who are you going to call Dam Busters? That's
not. It is though. It could be though. It could be.
So great movies there in our mystery year. Some news headlines. On the 4th of February, this year's The Sunday Times becomes the first newspaper to print a colour supplement. Now, here's the thing. I don't buy newspapers.
That's nice.
You know, sorry.
I'm neither.
You're no
either.
longer affiliated with a newspaper, so that's cool. But do they still have the crazy, like, massive Sunday newspapers that have, like,
The
20
Sunday
extra
Times?
magazines?
Yeah.
Does that still happen?
Yeah,
Is that
the
still
Sunday
a thing?
Times is massive.
I remember I used to work in hotels.
Yeah.
That was my initial career in life, and part of it was we used to have to deliver newspapers to the hotel room
In the morning,
or have them in the reception area, and people would just pick up a Sunday paper and just immediately straight into the bin with half the stuff that was in the Sunday paper. And I'm like, what a waste. Anyway, different
Just read the Times.
Different times.
Not the Sunday Times, the Times.
The 2nd of April would see panda crossings being introduced in London, but their complex sequence of pulsating and flashing lights caused confusion amongst drivers and pedestrians.
I had to look up what a panda crossing was. I was just like, what is this?
Did you perhaps...
Very interesting.
Yeah, did you perhaps get sent to a YouTube video?
No, I haven't been sent to a YouTube video. I'll be honest, I was on the wikis.
So there is I think he's Chris Spargo, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Chris Spargo. He has an excellent video on the history of
Panda
crossings.
Just crossings in general.
Crossings brackets
okay.
general. Starting with this panda one, and the light sequence on it is like, if the light flashes 3 times, you can cross. If it flashes 4 times, the car can do 60 towards you. It's that kind of complicated.
My question would be about crossings.
Yep.
Why are they named after animals?
Oh, it's acronyms.
Don't tell me. Seriously, you know the answer to this.
What?
Acronym of pelican.
Well, I can't remember what pelican is, but a toucan crossing? Do you know? Have you ever... See if it's a crossing that's got the symbol of a person and the symbol of a bike.
Okay.
Okay, that's called a toucan crossing.
No
on,
way.
You know, panda, pelican. Toucan cross. It's pedestrians and bikes. It's a toucan crossing.
So clever. What's a pelican? A pelican?
It's an accurate. It's pedestrian. Off the top of my head, pedestrian light controlled. Pelican. Pedestrian light
it's
controlled.
the wait button.
Pelican. And I'm sure a panda crossing had. I think it's because there was black and white lights.
Okay.
Because this predates even the
'Cause they
zebra
also-
crossing, I think.
Oh,
the
so-
zebra crossing was quite a relatively modern invention as well.
I like how we're talking about crossings. Like, this is our new thing.
Yeah. So do you very lame. We're
Do
sticking
you
with this.
cross?
At Falcon Square in Inverness.
Yes.
The lights that outside M&S.
Yeah.
From the bit where they're digging the trench at the moment.
Yeah.
Still, those are obsolete. They're getting rid of those because that's the one that's got the flashing yellow light. So don't if you're a driver.
Yeah. So flashing red light means
No, you
get
don't get a
ready to
flashing
go.
red light, but you
No,
get a
orange
it
light.
changes to an
Amber, whatever
flashing
it is,
orange
yeah.
amber light. Okay.
Yeah, that
They're
means
getting rid of
get
those.
ready to go.
Yes, but people can still cross if they've already started. They're getting rid of that.
Yeah. It's
So
get
now-
ready as long
yeah.
as it's clear.
So they're getting
Or
rid of
as
flashing
peop- yeah.
ambers. You won't see any of those getting built anymore. So there's my useless bit of information. I'm so delighted you brought that up. That was that.
I
That's some
thought I'd put some
good
really
content.
interesting news stories up.
This
just
is
like,
content.
Yeah.
The UK's first satellite is launched from the United States on the 26th of April. Space is very en vogue just now. The satellite was called Ariel 1. It weighed in at 62 kilograms and of the 6 experiments carried out on board were closely related and provided concurrent measurement of 2 important types of solar emission and the resulting changing states on the ionosphere.
Yeah, space is a big thing just now.
I don't have any exciting additional comment to put on that. The last trolley buses in London are run on the 8th of May.
I had to. So, as you're a bus driver,
Do you not know?
was a bus
how
driver.
dare you? Wow, former.
Jess is laughing in the background because she knows exactly where I'm going. What is a trolley bus? Is it the one with the big door on the back?
No, a trolley bus is an electric bus. But it ran on tram wires.
Oh, so it's like
it had an overhead
double-decker
wires.
tram wire.
Double-decker tram bus, basically. Yeah, it had a pole and it attached to the wires and it was an electric bus.
Oh, okay.
But now, see, electric buses are making a comeback, yeah? So certainly, I know if you're getting on an Ember
In their
bus,
own way, yeah.
Well, but you know, an Ember bus all the way up to Wick or over at Fort William, over at Aberdeen.
Glasgow,
it's
yeah.
all the way down to the Central Belt is an electric bus.
It is.
We've got the electric buses that run around our bit. Mm-hmm. However, I was disappointed it was a yucky diesel bus we got when we were out in the town last night.
Not very nice.
Britain's first legal casino opens in Brighton, opening at the Metropole Hotel.
Did you know that casinos used to be on sea at this point? So it's a bit like radio. You know how pirate radio was on sea?
Really?
Casinos would be on boats.
So you had to get on a boat to go out and gamble.
Yeah.
Well, certainly, so it's like still kind of the case. If you're on a cruise, once you get so many miles close to land, the casino closes.
Yeah.
Because then you're sort of under local laws. But once you're so many miles out to sea, that's international
free
waters,
game.
and it's
Free game.
Go for it. Yeah, there's no free games, and remember, folks, the house always wins.
Exactly, and gamble responsibly. When the fun stops.
Stop.
All that stuff.
That's it. Yep. I think
Grand
we've covered
National's
it.
coming up soon as well.
Grand
Funnily enough.
National today, 4:20. I've already been sent the list of runners because we have a family syndicate.
Oh, have you booked a horse or?
No, it gets booked for us because we don't really take part in it.
Okay.
The person responsible does it for us.
Very nice. So if you guys can guess the year, make sure to get in touch. It is studio at hhr.scot 01463 704 500 on WhatsApp, or message us through the HHR radio app. Let's get your last clue on just now. This is I Can't Stop Loving You by Ray Charles. Ray Charles with I Can't Stop Loving You there. Oh,
That was nice. Do you know what? You've picked some lovely songs from our mystery year, Shannon.
I know. What was the year though?
Well, I have had my guesses, but at the end of the day, when I was in here and you were remotely programming today's show,
You
and
cheating.
I didn't cheat.
Yes, you did.
It literally flashed up on the screen because I was watching you do it remotely. I tell you what, rather than hear it from me, why do we hear from the mystery voice?
1962.
It is 10 minutes past 1.
The carnage is about to
The
start.
carnage has begun. We have the lovely Jimmy Jangles crew in getting ready for their show, which is very, very exciting. But we do need to do something before we get some more songs on.
Is it time?
It's a little early, but I think it is time.
Let's go for it. Let's be detective.
Be detective. Oh, I forgot that doesn't work.
Oh my goodness.
I was so ready for that as well.
You're
Sorry.
so weird by the looks of things.
So you've had a look at the Beat Detective, Tom. It's very exciting. You're not sure. You asked the taxi
absolutely
driver last
no
night,
idea. So,
and they're not sure.
yeah, on the way back, we missed. Well, we didn't miss the bus, but it was just a miscommunication on the timetables, which had nothing to do with my eyesight being impaired. And we, so we got a taxi, and even our taxi driver couldn't figure out.
And
Beat
consider
Detective.
it's a taxi driver. They listen to music like all the time.
Indeed, yeah, but
'Cause
no, it's just
they're in the car.
Obviously, they're not doing cryptic clues all
They're
the time.
not doing
in the car.
cryptic clues, obviously. They
His
need to-
attention was on the road, and that's what we
Yes,
wanted.
but they need to listen to Highland Hospital Radio, which is available on Apple and Android CarPlay.
Indeed.
Exactly. So, your clues are for this week. Your artist is 4 words. What it will be on the 23rd of September 2026 at 23:59:55. So, the 23rd hour, the 59th minute, the 55th second. I know, right?
That's the artist.
Yeah, that's the artist. And your song is 4 words. They cannot be improved visually. Oh. So I'll do the clues for you again. Your artist is 4 words. What it will be on the 23rd of September 2026 at 23 hours, 59 minutes and 55 seconds. Your song is 4 They Cannot Be Improved Visually. I'll give you another clue. This song came out in 2014. So it is a semi-recent song. So if you've got any youngsters that might know how time works.
Based on how
Days.
all right, okay.
Seasons.
That's not helping at all.
It's not helping at all.
But then she doesn't want to help because this is
because this is the joys of it.
Exactly, the joy of being the person who writes Beat Detective is that you get to see other people struggle and not understand,
Exactly.
and that's why we do it.
If you want to put in your clues, doesn't matter if you get it wrong, it's all a bit of a laugh. The post on Facebook will be up in 2 minutes. It is Highland Hospital Radio, so make sure you pop in a comment there. If you're listening on the HHR Radio app, leave a message there as well, or you can WhatsApp us. It's 01463 704 500.
Mentioned at the beginning of the show a couple of things. One of the things that happened to me was I so merry last night after a few cocktails.
You were merry.
Merry.
Very merry.
Thank you.
I like, Jess is like,
Thank you.
exactly, yes.
I saw a hedgehog in the garden last night.
And it wasn't imaginary.
No, because I shouted on Jess and said, Jess, go and come and double check. Because at first we put Minnie out. Minnie was out in the garden having her late evening toilets.
Yep.
And she became very attracted to something in the centre of the garden. I was like, walked out to have a look. And yeah, a hedgehog. It was massive as well. It was a
It
big
was
hedgehog.
so big.
And we were trying to think, how on earth did it get in? Because
Because that means Minnie can get out.
if
This is true.
Listen, if this hedgehog could get in, our dog could get out.
I have seen an image of this hedgehog, and it was a chunky boy.
It's a big hedgehog.
Well, they're due out. It's spring.
Is that so?
Out of hibernation.
They hibernate, don't they? So we had a wee tour around the garden this morning. It kindly left us some presents, which I had to go and pick up. Fortunately, we have dog poo bags these days, so it's
Yeah.
easy enough to do.
Handy.
So yeah, I mean, if anybody else can help us out with some hedgehog tips and advice, we quickly googled, and apparently wet dog food
Wet dog or cat food.
Yeah.
is good for hedgehogs. There's probably a lot of things you're not supposed to give them as well.
Like, don't pick them up.
Well, obviously, don't pick them up.
Yeah.
Who would do such a thing?
I know.
Well, maybe the merry person sitting next to me.
he briefly thought about it and then realised that was a big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I was more
Huge
concerned.
mistake.
I was more concerned about our dog trying to,
Get
lick it.
Lick it.
Because it's the sort of thing our dog would do.
Could you imagine if it appeared and today, right now?
What, if you're in the studio?
When Paddy, no,
With Paddy there.
and here he is.
If Paddy came across this, wow. Because your dog is.
He's
excited.
a terrier mix
He
as
is.
well.
Yeah, he's a wowzer, isn't he?
He's a wowzer.
And what is a wowzer?
A wowzer for this kind is a Welsh Terrier and standard Schnauzer.
Wow, Welsh Terrier.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow,
Indeed.
exactly. That is the response. Hence wowzer.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the dogs are behaving. Certainly our dog. I may have slightly lost my dog yesterday. She's a great wee dog. I love her bits, and she's really good at walk. I'll let her off the lead when we go out through the woods because we live up at Craigdenane. We back onto the woods there, so we're straight out and away she goes. She's really good at coming back. Her call and response is all good. She'll walk alongside me when we're near a road or something. Most of the time I put her on her lead to cross the road, but if it's quiet, she's okay. She sits, she waits, she goes. She's good.
Yeah.
So I saw somebody from our street around about the Duck Pond area, if anybody knows where we are. And I was like, oh, I know he's got a dog, and it's quite a noisy dog, and we've not met it before. Yeah.
Boisterous.
Whenever we walk past their house,
Yeah.
Sam, as I now know the dog's name.
Sam.
I don't know.
That's a good name for a dog, Sam.
I don't know the owner's name. I don't, even though he's my neighbour, but I know Sam.
Sam's
the dog.
owner. Yeah.
Sam's owner. I thought, I better put Minnie on the lead. So I put her on the lead, but she gets really stressed out when there's other dogs because she wants to sort of run around and get away. So she really pulls on her harness and she's worried she's going to hurt herself.
Yeah.
Sam wasn't on his lead. He was pretty chill, and I thought, it's okay. I'll let her off her lead, and they can just play
Mingle.
around.
Yeah.
Great. Took her off lead. They both sprinted. They took off out of sight, and both me and my neighbour looked at each other and went, they'll come back. They'll come back. And a few seconds passed, and we went, I don't think they're coming back. So we had to go and hunt for the dogs. We walked towards our houses because what they'd done is they actually ran home across the busy road where people come flying up from where the crematorium is up to Arbit.
Yeah.
But nobody was hurt. It was all good.
Yeah,
it was all good.
Yeah,
Nobody got hurt.
lucky this time.
So yes, a hedgehog in the garden.
Very exciting.
If that's the time of year for it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, folks.
Yeah, take a picture.
Well, we've got pictures. Yeah.
Yeah,
Send us
I know,
your,
exactly.
Send
It's
us your
a big
best.
hedgehog.
Yeah. Let's compare the hedgehog.com.
What is it? It's basic being
Being
basic.
Jess has introduced me to this guy Joe, and I think his album's
He's an absolute
outstanding.
legend, isn't
Yeah.
he? It's
so
really good.
we keep checking tour dates to see if he's going to come to Scotland. I think he's coming to Edinburgh.
He is.
Oh, wait, there's Jess.
Sorry.
He is coming, but it's in the middle of the Edinburgh
Yeah,
Festival.
it's like one day and it's in the middle of August. I'm like,
no.
sorry, Jess. As much as I
And
would
it's
love to
Edinburgh
take you,
in the
it's
Edinburgh
Edinburgh.
Festival.
What do you reckon average room rate is in Edinburgh during the festival?
One.
It's at least going to be up
And
in
it's
the
going to cost
200s.
you double the amount, to be fair. Yeah. It's nuts. It is the Saturday drop-in. It's 1:30, and we're going to get the team on at Jimmy Jangles on just now. Hello.
Hi.
There he is.
Hi.
Hey, a tease there. What a tease.
I love teasing you.
Oh, stop it.
even Emma. Oh. Hey guys, what's it? So what have you got? Is it a CBB special? Am I right?
Well, we're doing Kiddie Winkle's special.
I love it.
This is part 1, part 2's next week.
Oh,
I've got
I
so
love
much
it.
stuff
There's
to
two
do.
parts. That's even better. I love
So
that.
it's like CBB stuff and some old playground songs from years ago.
Okay.
I'll listen to that.
Yes,
I love that.
Along the lines of does your chewing gum lose the flavour on its bedpost at night?
Oh, that was Lonnie Donegan, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
1950 something, I want to say.
I was going to say, I haven't heard
1950
that one.
something.
I wasn't allowed chewing gum as a child.
And then some up-to-date stuff as well, like
What's on
Power
your
Rangers.
plate? Is What's on your plate on it from CBBS?
No.
Me and Jess were talking about What's on your plate.
What's on your plate? I never heard
What's
what's
on
on
your
your plate.
Have you not heard
Scrambled
about
egg
what's on
soldiers. Great.
the roast chicken?
Guys, you need to get with it.
I know what they're talking. I know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the young. So basically,
Yeah, that exactly.
Yeah,
Basically-
I can't find what's on his plate on that though.
James, we are being shown up by the young team here. That's effectively what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about what's on your plate. You like to. This is such a segue here, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You like to. You're a feeder, basically, James. You like to come in here and
Feed us.
and feed us. So far today, I've got a really strong black coffee because you thought I might need it after my night out last night. Thank
No.
you.
What do you mean you might need it?
You've got some Tango Sours drink.
It's quite
for Shannon.
sour,
Is it sour?
actually,
I'm going
yeah.
to try
It's
that
nice,
in a second.
though.
Jess has got some, Rubicon. But what we've decided to do is to turn the tables. We've got one of these silly, the dodgy bean games. So Jess has got it here. Describe what you've got in your hands, Jess.
A spinning wheel with amazing, yummy flavours.
So what we're going to do is Jess is going to spin the wheel for me. I'll take a bean. She's going to then run through to Studio 2 to you guys. And you are taking a spin each, and we'll go 3, 2, 1, and I'll take it at the same time and see who wins this game of. So Jess has got.
And I'm going to
headphones
condone. I am not doing this because I am the age where we had to do this on a weekend basis.
Okay, so mine has landed on orange.
Sean,
and
you're not past the age for this yet, like. You know what
No,
I mean?
I have passed the age for it, trust me.
So I've got either.
You can't see that because I'm older than all of us.
So I've got orange or rotten fish. So I've taken the bean. They all look the same. It could be orange.
And the thing
it
is,
could
you
be
can't
rotten
smell
fish.
the difference either, and it's really stressful.
So Jess is running through
Here comes
Studio
Jess.
2.
She's
Watch
running
the
through
chaos.
gracefully.
Spinning the wheel.
Emily's doing a spin.
What colour is it?
Blue.
Blue.
So what's blue?
Blue's bubblegum or blue cheese?
Bubblegum
Okay,
or
do you
blue
know what?
cheese?
I could deal with that one.
Well, you can't deal with blue cheese.
I like blue
You and your
cheese.
lactose issues.
Well,
here we
no,
go.
actually.
The people around you wouldn't be able to
blue
cope with it
cheese.
afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Blue
Okay,
cheese.
see, worse.
Heaven's sake. I was going to say blue cheese is
Oh,
fine.
blues,
but
we all
thanks.
have- I'll take a different blue and I'll take a different
Oh,
colour.
he's rolled a blue, so he's spinning
Oh,
again.
no.
What colour is it?
This is excellent content.
What colour is it?
Oh, I've gone
He's
for,
got brown.
I've gone for brown.
Oh, brown must be
No.
pooey. What is it? What's the options
Either
for?
cola
Uh-huh.
or dog poo poo.
Oh, dear.
Right, so we're going to go...
Are you going first,
Are you,
Tom?
no, surely... No, we have to do it
It's
together.
just
yeah.
not. It's just
Jess,
not
come on, you have
Come
to
on,
play.
shh.
You
Come on,
insist on getting
Jess.
it. So she spends... No, that's
I
brown.
think it's unfair that
Spin
one of
again.
us dipping out here.
Yeah.
You've got blue
Because I'm
cheese.
not doing. I've done too many of these. I can't be bothered. with
She's
it.
done student radio, so she's done all the silly stuff
Exactly.
before.
I've eaten bugs
But that was
for content.
that was a few years ago now, wasn't it?
Thanks.
Yeah, wasn't it yesterday?
Thanks.
Oh, look, it landed on Tutti Frutti
On
or
the Hammond
garlic.
There's the glass panel between two of us. I'm still safe. You see.
Jess has landed on Tutti Frutti or garlic. So we've got our beans.
Okay.
But basically, we have to have somebody here who can press buttons still, although she's broken it already this morning.
Happened.
So we'll go 3,
I'm not
2,
fully going, I'm
1.
taking
Go
the
for it.
bite.
All
Go,
in.
go, 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 go.
Okay. So far, that's...
Oh. Oh. That's you're wrong.
Well, if
Oh, I
that...
can't do that.
I think I got the nice one. It's orange or rotten fish. I think I'm okay.
Oh.
How are you getting on, Emily?
Without you really
I don't know.
enjoy
I'm
it.
quite confused.
Yeah, I'm confused as well. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm going
Mine
to take
is.
another one.
I think my dad's just been a drama queen. Personally.
I'm going to take another orange one and see if I get a fishy
You
one.
should try
I
a
don't
brown
like
one then.
garlic.
See how you get on.
You don't like fish, though, Tom, do you?
I'm alright with fish.
Oh, okay.
Right, the orange ones are just meh, generally.
Meh.
Oh, I got
What did we not get? Cherry or
Did you
chili?
get garlic?
Right,
Oh,
Jess got
dear.
garlic.
Oh, just got garlic.
There's cherry or chili, so I might try one of these. Well, we'll do a second. Well, we'll do a
Well,
song and then do a round 2. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll have a song, then we'll all take a red one and see who gets a cherry and who gets a chili. How does that sound?
That's Kiri, Mr. there. It is the Saturday drop-in with Shannon and Tom, as well as the Jingle Jangles folks. Hello.
Hello again, we're
Hello. We have
Chaos.
Yeah, it is chaos. It is very much chaos. We are doing Bean Boozle just now because we are in student radio.
Yeah.
And round 2 is happening apparently.
Well, yeah, so that last round didn't seem to go too bad for most of us, except for James. Although, as you correctly pointed out, James, you've never had dog poo before, so, you know.
Well, I know
How are you
the
gonna know?
little Mars bars, but we're not going there, okay?
So what we've done is there is a section that is cherry or chili, and we've each taken a bean. So we're going to try one more of these, and then we've got a little bit of a special treat coming
Okay.
up for Shannon after.
Well, let's. Oh no.
Nah.
Let's no. What colours and flavours do we have?
Each of us have got a red,
Okay.
and the red is either cherry or chili.
Okay.
So
Sounds like a this or that.
we are literally we're playing this or
Yes,
that.
this or that,
This
yeah.
works.
This is a this or
Excellent.
that. It's a
Okay,
practical version.
are we ready?
No.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I love the mouth
Good
noises.
good
in this.
ASMR here, yeah?
Yeah.
I think I've got cherry. I
How
think
we
I'm
doing?
okay.
I haven't. I've got
I
chili.
got chili as well.
Oh no! Oh,
Lovely.
that was like foul. I can. Oh.
How's everyone else doing?
That was
I
a
got
lovely
chili.
cherry sweet.
I got
just had
chili.
this.
We're in a row I've had now. We've got to get third time lucky, maybe, hearing this, but
Love it. Jess, how you doing? Are you alright?
I don't know what I got. It's not cherry, but it's not chili.
Just a bean.
It's just a
Just a
bean.
I like that.
you've been provided with a sweetie.
I have.
So come on then.
They said it was toffee.
It's
And
a
I was
toffee.
like,
Yeah, it's
apple
toffee.
flavoured
Yeah,
toffee.
it's
Yeah,
toffee.
apple flavoured
Yeah.
Apple flavour
The
toffee.
fact it says sour on it.
Oh, well, maybe you shouldn't have read that.
Do you know what?
That's kind of the whole point.
That's fine. I quite like sour sweets.
I've got a mango toffee here. Have you got one as well, Jess? What have you got?
Apple.
Apple as well. So Shannon has gone for an apple sour toffee. She's biting into it. Oh, there's a shrug of the shoulders. Did you see that casual
Yeah.
shrug of the shoulders
Yeah.
there? That's
That
sort of
way, that's
nonchalant.
It's
Fine,
generally
that's
fine. I
I
don't
don't
mind it.
mind it.
Oh, that's poor.
I'll take it
James
with my
must try
sour juice.
harder.
Yeah, okay.
I'm waiting for Tom's reaction.
Oh, right, sorry. Hold on, I'm not putting mine down. I got a big one.
You want one as well,
I
Emily?
said that.
No, oh, yeah, okay.
Come on, you may. I'll have one as well, right?
Wait.
That's fine.
I don't like sour
Oh,
stuff.
you choose your one.
That's not that sour.
What did I get? I got strawberry.
Just out of curiosity, do you like sour sweets on the outside of the studio?
I do
Yeah.
like a sour sweet, yeah.
I love a good fizzy
If I
sweet.
was to up the game totally for next week,
Do you know what? Give me a spoonful of citric acid and we'll see how it go, yeah? Or is it Bitrex?
is that, do you really want me to go down that route?
He'll do it. He'll do it, Shannon.
How does health and safety stand for this point?
I might need to fill out a form.
Okay.
What's the? Should we do the silly hot chip challenge? You know, you get
When
the
are we
red.
doing the cinnamon challenge?
Well, we'll do the cinnamon challenge as well.
It's not 2010.
Has any of you guys
10.
seen the massive gummy bear, like the world's hottest gummy bear?
Yeah.
No. Well,
No,
Have
so
you
is this a
seen
young
that?
person thing?
Yeah, you would
It's like a
understand.
massive gummy bear, but it's like really spicy.
All right.
Okay.
No,
Interesting.
I do not know this. I'll need to.
It's like one of those things you get on TikTok Shop for like 50p.
Yeah.
Oh, TikTok shop. Yeah, that sounds good.
Or cheap.
The only
sounds
thing
like
is,
a
we're all
disaster
eating on
already.
air, which is really not good for the listener. I can only apologise.
That has come, unfortunately, the end of.
Oh,
the
no.
Drop-In.
It's the end of the Drop-In.
Very
Good show,
upsetting,
good
isn't
show.
it? Yeah, so we'll quickly go through the clues for this week's Beat Detective. Artist is 4 words. What will be on the 23rd of September 2026 at 23:59:55. And the song is 4 words. They cannot be improved visually. So the person who messaged on Facebook, they got it right.
Yes, they did.
They then said, I didn't. How can you Google this? And I'm like,
She's got a
this
point.
is fair. This is very, very fair.
So you would have to know that summer runs through until the 23rd of September, and then it becomes autumn. So if it's 5 seconds before, that's
5 seconds of summer left.
incredible. 5
5
seconds of summer. And the song, Shannon?
They cannot be improved visually. Obviously, they're perfect. So is it She Looks So Perfect by 5 Seconds of Summer?
Must be.
It must be. Thank you very much for listening in. We'll be back next week for some more fun. And I'll see you
We
in a
will
bit
do.
because I've got to pick up the dog.
Yeah,
so.
you come at my house.
Bye. See you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.